welcome back to the channel. So in today's video we're doing something that I always love doing, and it's not fiberglass for once. The fiberglassing has been done in the scimitar, however. Too tricky to film it, but I'm going to take you through it at the end of this video, hopefully, with bit by bit photos showing how it was done and give you narration of what I did. So for today's video, which is right before the NEC, so this week on Wednesday I'm heading down to the NEC, which is going to be exciting. I'm picking up a side valve engine on my way, a Ford Essex V6 for the scimitar on the way, and a windscreen for the Fox, because that was going to be our other video that was coming out, but I broke the windscreen. Yeah, so that didn't go to plan. Anyway, for today's video we're going to do this job. This is the scimitar's number plate. Yeah, I should add this is the back number plate. The front one obviously was probably destroyed when the bang went in the accident. So yeah, I'm not a fan of this. It's lovely, someone hand painted it, took a lot of time to do it, but no, we're not having that on the scimitar. So what we are going to have is something better. What we're going to have is a brand new number plate. So in today's video we're going to do that, because I now have the jig for making up number plates, which is here. So what we're going to do with this, it's got central markers in here obviously. We want to go for this one to centralise the plate. Now I will add, this is missing its bits for holding it on. I need to do something about that and actually need to replace them once I know what they were. So if anyone knows what these are supposed to be, I imagine it just was a leather strap or something, but genuinely I don't know. So what we're going to do is hopefully not have misplaced my tape. No, I found it. It's here. Problem averted. So we're going to take the tape, wrap it around the ends of this plate. Now we've got it centered, because I want this plate to be looking nice and square. There's nothing worse than doing a job and then for years later you look at it and go, why did I do that wrong? So what we're doing is centralising that plate. I'm sure we're happy with that. Yes, yes. Take this, tape around here. So I'm sure you guys will have found out by now that at the NEC, the Reliant Owners Club is where I'll be, as I've probably said. But you'll have also seen who the other special guest is. And that's Laurie from Laurie's Mechanical Marvels, a good friend of mine. So yeah, we'll both be on the stand, along with his Relto and my Fox. Fox hopefully being able to drive off on the Sunday, but it's debatable. Until we actually know it's going to start, we don't know what it's going to do. Right, the template is now stuck over the top of the number plate we're making. So what we're going to do next is, down this drawers is loads and loads of digits. So what we're looking for is T, ST. So funnily enough, I'm in the right drawer for both of those. So we've got these digits here. Now, unfortunately, one of them is a funny T, so I need to do it differently, which is annoying, but not so bad. So these digits have pegs on them. You might see them that way if I come closer. So that pegs line up to the holes on this template. That one's a bit loose, but that's not a problem. So that obviously goes like that, and then you've got that one like that. So the T, that T we're going to do afterwards. So that one I'm going to take off so it doesn't drop. So we've got T, S, T, and then we go to the numbers. 2. 2 goes onto there like so. 7, 3 will be in here as well, which is loads of 3s. 2, 7, 3. That 3s are messy as anything. 2, 7 is below. We've got some 7s left. Now 7 is the same situation as the T, unfortunately. It goes on, but it doesn't line up with the top ones. So we're not going to worry about that right now. And then we've got a K, which goes on the end one. Let me rephrase that, should go in the end one. And I know it fits because I've just been playing around with these to make sure they all worked. So basically, if I hold this T on as well, we get the number plate that we're trying to make up, but the letters are still removable. So the next stage, what I do anyway, I don't know if this is how they did them back in the day, but I then take a permanent marker, and one at a time, we take the letters off, and I put a little dot in every position that those pins are in, because we need to punch those holes out next. So we've got that one, 2, that's a 3, well that was a K, 3, 7 we can only do the bottom one, because like I say, it needs done by hand. 2 is the 2 central ones. This T is the funny one again, so we can do the bottom one, but we can't do the other ones. S is the 2 central ones again. And then we've got T, which is the 2 outers and the middle one. Just to check, yes. So, if I pick this up so you guys can see, we've marked every one of these to where the holes need to go. So the next stage is we need to go to the machine to punch the holes. So to do that, we can't do this here. We'll have to go to my workbench where the vise is, because that is where I've put the clamp. Well, clamp the punch even, so that we can work it. So just join me over there, because that's the easy way of doing this. Yeah, this is a punch. So basically it's clamped in there. You could bolt it to a table if it was one of those. But what we do is, we take this punch, we line it up with the hole in the plate that we want to punch out, push it down, lift up, and I've got a hole through. So for every one that we're punching out, we do that. So that's the first T I'm doing. Then we go to S. 1, 2, then we go to the funny T. Now, because it's a 3-pin letter, but we do not know the top locations, I'm only going to do the bottom pin. That then means at least we can get the bottom in place and mark up the top ones. So that's us back onto 2, or the digit 2. Now we've got a 7 coming up, which again is the funny letter. So punch that one out, and we won't do any other ones. Back to the next letter, which is a 3, I think this one was. So you punch that, turn it round, punch that, and then we've got the K, which is all the outside holes basically. As you can see there, that will have given us all the holes. So we can take this, untape it. If I can find the ends of the tape, it does help. Oh, the tape is stuck to my hand now. Right, so when I take that off of there, we have a plate with some holes in it. Now, what we'll need to do to get this to work right is we need to put some of the letters in and then come back and punch these out. So we need to put the 2 and the S in to get the T sitting square, I would say. And then the same with other ones to get the 7 here sitting square. So let's jump back over to the other bench and we'll do that first, because then we can get the infill letters done last. So yeah, let's just go over there this time. Right, now we need to start fitting these letters up. So we'll go for the new T, because we know it fits. So that one goes into there like so. And that gives us a T. So what we do with that then, is we go into this other drawer, where I've got spring clips. And these are spring clips for these letters. So you put them on to the plastic ridges, or plastic dowels, or whatever you want to call them. Probably is dowels is the right word for it. So put them over there. 1, 2 and 3 onto the T. Then we take the little tool here, which is a punch especially for doing these, line it up over the top of the clip and push, and that locks the T in place. And we do that for each clip. So T is on, and they are held in place. So we'll do that for the S as well. So that one goes through there and there. And then same, we put that over the two dowels. Oh, oh, wasn't meaning to drop the punch, but these things happen. Right, so do that, push that down, push that down. So that's the S on as well, just hunky dory. Now we get to the T. Now this is a tricky one. So we want this to look symmetrical. So we want to be sure that that's running in line at the top as well. That's a big needs to be. And then I was taking a pen and dotting basically in the back of these. So that would then, right below them, in line with that. Right, let's try that and see. So again, I'll have to go over and guess this. So I'll just come back after we do that, because we're going to use the same punch to do this one. So I'll be right back, guys. Okay guys, so follows that, I did the 7 as well. Basically marked them up. I will clean off that pen momentarily, because we don't want pink pen on a new number plate. There we go. 2, 7. So let's put on those digits as well to make it permanent. So put on that. So put on that 3 clips. Back over to here. Give it a good push. 1, 2. 3. I'm actually missing a 2, so let's put that on just now, because it would as well put on the complete number, so when we flip it over next time it will be a complete number plate, not just a bits of number plate. Get rid of that. Now I can turn it round and have more space to do it from the other side, because I can get the number plate onto the hard bearing, a hard surface better. I really need to clear this bench properly so I can do it on the bench, this stuff. So that's that one, which is a 7. Fold that plate, well, I say plate, fold that paper down even. 7, we need a 3, and again just use the clips. There's 2 of them on there. I was thinking, why is it not going down? But there's 2 clips on it. No wonder it wouldn't fit. Right, so that one goes on there like so. Little tool thing. That and that. Now we need another 3 clips because we're going to be doing the K next, and that's a 4-pin letter. So here we go. K goes on there. That looks like one of the funny digits. Well, we'll give it a try anyway and see if it holds. Funny digit, funny clip even. So that one to there, that one to there, that one to there. And we actually have a number plate by the end of that, which is quite great to see. So guys, the scimitar has a new front plate. And I really do like the look of that. It looks brilliant. So that will get fixed to the scimitar before too long, and it'll be another job off the list. So, oh, where did we put the template? The template's over another bench. I will put that past after this video. And it's worthwhile mentioning, because I did say earlier, this week I will be at the NEC with the Fox and on the Reliant Owners Club stand with myself, the Reliant Owners Club members, so be James, Adam, Pete, I think, a few others. Laurie will be there from Laurie's Mechanical Marvels. So it's going to be quite fun. So do please come along if you are into cars or into restoration, because there's loads happening. There's been special guest celebrity presenters announced over the weekend. So Richard Hammond, Mike Brewer from Wheeler Dealers, Dominic Chinia, I think it is. There's a load of them. There's loads of people coming. There's about 6 special presenters, as well as somebody from Bangers and Cash. So yeah, come along if you're into that kind of stuff. It's at the NEC from the 20th to the 22nd. It's a great weekend, great show for anyone, and I thoroughly recommend it. I will put the event link in the description, so you can find it there. Anyway guys, I'm going to go and get the jig back into there, which I've left on the other bench, and get tidied up and maybe put the scimitar plate on. So with that, we'll see you next time. And also, enjoy the commentary for what's coming next, which is to do with the scimitar's rebuild. So hope you enjoy that. But we'll see you, hopefully, at the NEC this week. See you later, guys. So here we are. I've supported the front end of the scimitar with some timber to get it all held in place. You can see it's holding the whole nose up. Measured so it was pretty accurate, so it was all sitting level. I've then clamped the wings in place, fiberglassed from up behind to get it all structurally sound again. Here you can see where I've taped over the cracks and got it all basically ready for fiberglassing. Again, this was a quite awkward repair, but taped up and ready to go. And that was basically waiting for everything to cure. So fiberglass from behind again. And then of course the final result is the scimitar starts to look more like a scimitar and not a split scimitar. And here we go, with the reg plate nicely fitted on it. Thanks for watching, guys.